morning, friends. Good morning, everyone. Today we are talking about the hazards in construction industry. What is the hazard and what is the risk? How to profiling, how to assist the hazards in construction industry. You know that first we should know that what is the constructions. Constructions as per BOCW Act 1996. There are constructions definition is there. If any constructions work like the civil work, like the building work, commercial building work, rail work, tunnel work, any demolitions work, renovations work, alternations, mechanic process, installation, dismantling, others which are all the related the constructions work that called constructions BOCW under the building and other constructions work. If you are going to use of heavy vehicle dismantling like the RMC plant and precast manufacturing, so that all are in constructions industry. Construction under the BOCW Act, because of that in alternations that all are come under the BOCW Act. So there are industry, what is the hazards in construction industry? Today we are discuss about the hazard. So first we should know that what is the hazard. Hazards means many definitions are there, but as per BOCW Act, which are potential to cause harm to peoples during the work, that call hazards. Like, some things definitions are there. Suppose the ill health of workers. Suppose that if you are working in construction industry, there are poor housekeeping, poor health hygienic issue, then maybe increase, maybe promote the occupational health safety. Maybe some persons face the disease that called hazards. So which are potentials to cause harm, injury, ill health and mentality disturb, that called hazards. Risk is also, that risk is a chance of probability and severity. This is a mathematical calculations. Mathematical calculations. Risk is low. Three types of risk are there. First is low, high, moderate. Means high risk is how to calculate that high risk. There are risk matrix is there 1 to 5 and 5. Like the severity and probability. Severity means if the severity rate is 5 and probability rate is 5, then is equal to 25. Risk will be high. If the probability and severity is low, then risk will be low. So we can define it. But risk is always risk. Risk can be harm to people if ignorance. If the ignorance of risk, then that can harm to people and property. So that is a risk formulation. So guide importance of definitions related to the hazards under the act. There are many types difference of hazards. So how to understand that? So this is a simple and basic things for hazards. Understood the hazard, which is potentials in case of one glass on table, and one glass is keep on table. This is a hazards. But till the hazards not harm to others person whenever the live condition. Some people go to who touch the glass, then harm to other persons then start of risk, that called hazards. So we can understood that. So we are discuss about the construction hazards on how to eliminate the hazard. So guys, major hazards in construction industry which are too very harmful to life in construction industry. First, life saving. They can, if you are lapses, if you are ignoring the safety in construction industry, that hazard can be harm and big damage your property, business, and human life. Because of first is there person work at height. This is also hazard. Confined space. This is a hazard work. And liftings. This is a hazard work. Excavations work, vehicle movements, and concreting and certain discerning in erection, dismantling. Hot work. These all are hazards are identified which are potentials and cause to harm in constructions industry. So guys, how to hazard analysis, how to hazards will be mitigate in constructions industry. So you have to knowledge about the how to assist the hazards, because as a safety professionals you should aware that how to hazards will be reduced in our construction industry. So this is a basic things. How to first you should identify the hazards. Identify the hazards. Without identification of hazard, how to you can risk assessment. So first you should identify the hazards and assist the risk which are included related to hazard. After that, select the strong safety precautions what will be need, and after the executions and effective execution, effective monitoring, effective solutions will be there, and monitoring otherwise apply the remedy action. So as a safety professionals you should also prepare the hazard identifications, risk assessment. There are first is there mentions 5 elements. I think 5 elements is there. First is their activity, second is their hazard, and third is their hazards, and third is their risk, and fourth is their control measures, and fifth is their risk calculations, and after that residual risk, and again effective existing controls about the residual risk in HERA, that called HERA. So this will be very effective if you are perfectly do the hazard risk assessment. So guys, how to risk assessment, make a good communications team which are going to hazard identifications in your constructions industry as a teamwork. This is a teamwork, not all, nothing is single persons who will be aware, single persons who will be control the hazards in constructions industry. This is not individual responsibility, this is a common responsibility. Everyone take the responsibility in construction industry. Entire low management, middle management, and also included the high management, so including the director, because of in ISO 45001:2018 there are mentioned, and the ultimately responsible managing director in case of any fatality, in case of any accidents happens at your construction project, because the managing director and company organization CEO also there are responsibility taken to everyone. Suppose that you know that what is the general manager responsibility about the safety, project manager responsibility of safety, so engineer responsibility of safety, supervisor responsibility of safety, security guard responsibility of safety, safety officer responsibility. They all are responsibility are given, which are, if organizations not given, then how to they are properly do the perfectly work and not taken responsibility. So you must be responsibility given to all those people who working in construction industry. So responsibility you must be taken by all us if you are going to save the human life and a good health safety maintaining at your workplace. Then everyone responsibility to improvement, not single persons of safety officers responsible for safety improvement at construction site, at construction project. So make a risk hazard identification out, and first you should whenever going to risk assessment, then first analyze and make a list of hazardous activity at your construction project. After that, prepare the HERA and work method statement as well as SOP, safe of standard operating procedures, then improve implementations of checklist. And after that, if you are done the HERA, prepared HERA, then you would analyze the what is the critical hazards, what is the controls measures in construction industry. If you have prepared the HERA, but HERA is in your file, but you should implementations on ground. Everyone must be aware about the HERA, what is written in HERA, what is right, what you are right in HERA, and everybody should know the hazard are identifications, risk assessment at your workplace, including as well as including workers, because of worker is front lines of work and continuous expose the hazard during the work, so they should aware about the HERA. So every among the workers need to be understood about the HERA and how to consultant and brainstorming of workers, because of workers continuous expose the hazard in your construction industry. So whatever you should provide it most of training to the workers, those workers continue expose the hazards in construction industry and impacts of work related the environment. If you are going to risk assessment and control the hazard, then you must be sidewalk like safety observations tools and specialist of advice on informations, advice something, sometimes give the advice, sometimes taking the advice from the worker, because of they are converting the your experience knowledge. There are very good improvements in the construction industry, and also record the illness of workers, because of if you are prepared the HERA, there are many things will be maybe missing, so we can revise them. If you are going to continuous observations, continuous analysis, then something will be changed in your HERA. Because of I am working with the other organizations, there are well system about the HERA, because every 3 months HERA must be revised. And what is the revised, what is the your observations input must be incorporated in your HERA, and everybody inputs must be given the HERA, then HERA will be revised every 3 months. Something, suppose that some near miss happens, suppose that some continuous observations happen, suppose that root cause of many people's ill health of workers, so you should must be doing. Some things others accident happen, some accidents learn to others agency, then you should also revise the HERA. If there is required to revise, if already incorporate in your HERA, then you don't want to revise them. So guys, HERA our part of improvements, part of effective improvements in construction industry, because of this is a mind blowing to your experience, your knowledge, if you are going to seriously checking the hazard identifications, risk assessment. So must be train them all workers about the HERA, and after the preparations of HERA, you must be prepared J as a job safety analysis. Many people in construction industry which are working as safety professionals, they are very confused about the HERA, about the JSA, about the SOP, about the risk assessment. They all are one activity, but HERA and JSA is different, because of I will explain you how to difference between both are. Because of HERA is a planning part. If you are going to start any activity in your workplace, then you should first prepare work method statement and HERA. You have to implement HERA, then you are going to work on your workplace. If you are start the work in your workplace, if you are going to start work as per accordingly of your HERA and risk assessment, there are something will be different, something will be changed on job. So that all are which are missing in your HERA, then prepare on written by pen on your workplace, that called JSA, job safety analysis. On job of something will be changed which are not maintaining in HERA, so you should maintain in the job safety analysis in workplace, that called JSA. Actually part of that all are in part of risk assessment, but this is a on ground. Here we everyone prepare here before starting the work in your workplace, then start the work. But then start the work, there are some finding you must be write down on your JSA, that called job safety analysis. So guys, I hope you are understood about the JSA. Hazard assessment evaluations and how to control them. So hazard rating system, hazard controls, preventive controls. So you should also, if you are going to risk assessment, there are hierarchy controls of there. You should learn them. Hierarchy control first is there mentions eliminations of hazards. How to mitigate, how to eliminate the hazard in your workplace. If there is no possibility of eliminate the hazards, then substitution. Substitutions means others something others we can do it against of hazard against of hazard. After the substitutions is there, you take the precautions, substitutions something others, then you must be considered about the engineering controls. That called engineering control is very important. If you have taken the engineering control, then you must be administrative control, administrative controls, and after that you have to do administrative controls. Then you have to maintain the food personal protective equipment. There are 5 types of hierarchy controls of hazard assessment in your workplace. First, it eliminate. Suppose that one excavated pit are there. Excavated pit are there in your construction industry, maybe depth into 2 to 3 feet and 2-3 meters. First, you are identify the excavated pit. What you should first would this excavated pit, we need to excavations, otherwise need to be backfilled. If you identify the work of scope, then you should prepare there are no work activity carried out, so we can backfilling. If you had done the backfilling, there are risk will be eliminated. Means that called first opportunity. This is best idea. This is very fantastic idea to eliminate the hazard in your workplace. If you cannot eliminate the hazards, then take the engineering, take the substitution. So substitutions excavated pit are there. There are need to be that excavated due to excavation pit, because of there is foundation upcoming on 1-2 months. 1-2 months next 1-2 months. I mean we can work under the excavated pit within 2 months, within the 1 week. So we should we have to we must do. Area should be proper barricaded. Area should be barricaded. So we are going to barricading, that called engineering control. So that called substitutions is there. So must a proper hard barricading. After that proper as per standards hard barricading done, there is no risk eliminated. Again, administrative control must be there, because of there is put a safety signage. There is a very hazardous maybe deep excavated pit. If you can fall it if you are not proper watching. So put safety signages. Do not open this barricaded, because of there are dangerous excavated pit are there. So if you are put a safety signages, then most of workers understood the administrative controls. After that, PPE is very important. If you are working in construction industry, use of personal protective equipment. This is also part of risk assessment and hazard identification. Personal protective equipment, this is our last scope of scope of safety, because of if you are using helmet only for you can save only you, not other person. So personal protective equipment capability only for single persons, so we can save. If you are use PP, then you can save only your life, not others. So engineering control entire vertical also improvement your workplace. So that this is very fantastic. This is a very good way to improvement and eliminate the hazards in construction industry as per hierarchy control of risk. So you should, as a safety professional, you must be aware about this. Thanks for watching my video.